I don't know if it's working or not, but we'll give it a shot. See how well this works. So, I had a weird day of deliveries yesterday because it's in the cold season now. I mean, it was Thursday. It was cold, but it was relatively nice out, but it wasn't busy at all. And I don't even understand why. I mean, I got 19 offers in 9 hours. I took 13 of them. 3 or 4 of them were borderline that I might have considered taking, but it was a time of day when traffic is really bad. So if I would have taken it, I probably would have been behind about 35 cars. So that seems like kind of a waste. Sorry, I'm looking at my cords to see if they're working okay. Um, so I think this morning I wanted to really talk about used cars because I have a feeling I'll be in the market for another delivery vehicle here pretty soon. And I think I got spoiled with this last car that I got. I got my current car, which is a 2007 Saturn Aura, which is, I don't want to say it's a fancier version of the Chevy Malibu, but it's in that ballpark. It's kind of like, from the way it was described to me, it's basically like um, a sportier version of a Chevy Malibu. But I got a steal on the car. The car was $1,875 plus taxes and fees, and so I think it was. He gave me $100 off because this is like the fourth car I bought from him. I think it was 2110 out the door. So the vehicle is cheap by today's standards. And I mean, I'm looking at cars now and I'm just stunned at how expensive they are. See, about 2018, this is when I really started pushing the idea for getting cash vehicles that you didn't have to finance. So the first car I got was a 95 Honda Civic, and it had, I think it was like 150,000 miles. He gave it to me for $500 because, he was trying to get rid of it, and the hood latch doesn't stay down. So that first car, it was $500. You had to use a tie-down strap to keep the hood down. So you know what? And I got 15,000 miles out of it. It got me to the next car, into the next car, into the next car. And I've had 7 cars since 2018. So I guess it'd be about 7 years. And so the last car I got before this ended up being a lemon. Way worse than the car I'm in now. It was a 2000 Subaru Outback. I got it with 252,000 miles, which ended up being a big mistake. I just thought Subaru reliability, But of course, anybody that's ever had a Subaru Outback, they know what's going on. They know that you have to worry about the head gaskets. And I pumped a bunch of money into the car, which was a big mistake. I pumped probably a couple $1,000s into the car. I got brakes. I replaced the calipers. I put new tires on it. I got all sorts of flushes on it. I did a radiator flush, transmission flush. I did a tune-up. And all of it was a waste of time, because that car lasted me 2 months and 10,000 miles. So on this car, I spent $2,100 and I got a pre-purchase inspection on it. And it basically kind of told me what I was going to be able to use this car for. No freeway driving because there are suspension parts that needed to be fixed. It already had 204,000 miles on it, which for a 2007 Saturn Aura is almost unheard of. So I just decided I'm just going to do oil changes, basic maintenance. That's it. I'm not doing anything else to this car. And I've managed to get 2.5 months into it. I've done 3 oil changes, and that's it. I haven't done anything else to this car because it's got a whole bevy of issues. It's got, um, let's see, what was it? A flex pipe, catalytic converter. It needs brakes on the front, calipers. It's got suspension parts. It's either a full rack and pinion or it's a wheel bearing and CV axle. And either way, I think all of it, the original person who did the inspection said it would probably be about $5,000 to fix everything. So I just decided, you know what? Screw it. Because this was such a good deal on the car, I'll just take it as it is. I'm not gonna put another dime into it except for just basic maintenance. I've done 3 oil changes. I've put catalytic converter clean air filter into it. That's it. So here's a concern now because I've gotten close to 10,000 miles out of it, which I did not expect. I can kind of tell that the hole is getting bigger in the catalytic converter or the flex pipe. So I know I'm going to be in need of another car. So I've been looking for the next used car, and I have probably looked through 300 or 400 ads. What kills me is that there's a 2004 Toyota Corolla. It's 3 years older than the car I'm driving right now, and they want $5,000 for it, and it's 185,000 miles. And what I've come to find out from shopping for cars in the Pacific Northwest, way more expensive. I found a YouTuber online that has a dealership in North Carolina, and I found his car dealership, and the car prices were very fair. But here's the drawback, is that there would be, transportation costs that basically negate the difference between buying the car in North Carolina and here. So I might as well just buy it here. I mean, if I bought a $3,500 car there and had to put $1,200 in transportation costs, I'm at $4,700, which is almost the price of this Corolla. So what I'm also looking to do is I'm looking to upgrade the miles per gallon because my current car gets about 16.5 miles per gallon. So I'm trying to find something that's around 22 to 23 miles per gallon combined. And that's not very easy because when you're looking for used cars, you can't look for ones that have 22 miles per gallon. You really have to be looking at cars that are around 30, because 11, 12, 13-year-old cars, they're going to have, probably 30 to 35% fuel efficiency loss. So if you're looking at a 2012, 2013 vehicle, you're probably looking at about, if you go 30 miles per gallon and you expect to lose about 30% in fuel efficiency, you're still at like 21 or 22 miles per gallon. So that's the direction you kind of have to go, is you kind of have to go above what the ad says. So if it's saying 30 miles per gallon, you're probably going to get 22. And that's for something that's probably 2010 to 2013. So I'm looking at $3,500 for a vehicle. And the vehicles are older than the ones I currently had, even for brands I don't want to get. So, right now, kind of my targets are a Toyota Corolla, a Honda Fit, maybe a Mazda 3, maybe a Kia Forte, kind of all in that same, miles per gallon, somewhere in that probably 27 to 32 miles per gallon combined. I found a Toyota Yaris that was, I think, $3,500, had like 180,000 miles. And I think the gas mileage on that was somewhere around 30 to 35, which would be great. I mean, it's considered one of those kind of bulletproof engines. And for the amount of miles that I drive, I mean, I'm driving 800 miles a week. So I'm driving 42 to 43,000 miles in a year. So, I mean, this is why you can't buy a new car to do this kind of work. I think you're wasting your time. And I think even for people that are doing this part-time, you got to be real careful on how many miles you're putting on your vehicle. So, let's say, for example, you have, a nice, 2020 model vehicle. I mean, that's great. And if you're driving, 3 or 4 hours a day, 5 days a week, you're probably putting on, give or take, probably about 300 miles a week on your vehicle. So over a year, you're talking 16,000 extra miles on your car. So kind of keep that in mind. I mean, this is why you kind of want to buy cheaper vehicles anywhere. I think the ideal is somewhere in the $4,000 to $6,000 range for a paid-for vehicle. If you can get a hybrid, that's great, but that's hard to get at that price range. Even for me, right now, I'm almost having to consider to raise my budget. I mean, at $3,500, there isn't much. I may have to go to $5,000 just to get a vehicle that fits my parameters, that gets over, 22 miles per gallon, that is reliable, that I can get 40 to 45,000 miles a year and not have to put an extensive amount of repairs in it. Those vehicles are few and far between. There's probably four, maybe four. So it stinks because, you're trying to, I need to replace the vehicle regardless. And I probably looked at 300 or 400 different cars, and I've looked at multiple websites. I've looked at Car Edge, Auto Tempest, Auto Trader. I know people have mentioned Facebook Marketplace. I've looked at Craigslist. It kind of gives you car fatigue when you start looking at all these things. But I'm going to keep looking, because I wasn't expecting to find the current car that I had. And it's worked so far, but you can't expect a Saturn to last to 250,000 miles. I expect it to maybe make it to 220,000. Keeping that in mind, that's why I kind of need to be active about looking for a replacement vehicle. So, I guess that's about it, because work's going to start in about 10 minutes. So, have a good day.